I see it's your turn to supervise the new CSI.
I don't know how much supervising I'll be doing. That resume read like a who's who of crime scene investigation.
Okay, so the old dog might learn some new tricks.
You were speaking for yourself, obviously. Who's our Vic?
Rick Shimada, referee for the Supreme Force Fighting League. He worked the marquee match last night.
I see the banners, and I see blood.
I gotta say, it's tough being a ref these days. I mean, all that money and all that ego in sports, it takes just one bad call.
And you're down for the count.
While there was no rumble in the jungle, I'm told this fight was the championship match between Hank Hackett and Tito Tiger Valone. According to the program, the two guys are Japanese-trained fighters who put on a real show. They whip out their swords to rally the crowd, and I do not mean that figuratively. They really use swords. Last night was the first time that these guys faced off in the ring to determine who was the King Blade of Supreme Force Fighting.
So, who won?
Let's just say it wasn't Hackett. Apparently, our dead referee made a controversial call that stripped Hackett of his belt and the Intercontinental title.
Where's Hackett now?
He's cooling off in the locker room. You'll probably want to talk to him and the ring girl over there. She found the body.
All right. I think we got it from here. If he were just strangled, there wouldn't be blood pooling under his neck. I've seen a lot of strangulations, but this may be the first death by Mike. I think this hair may belong to our strangler. I'm guessing the footage from the cameras is stored on that upper platform. I'm guessing the footage... Hello, we're with the Las Vegas Crime Lab. May we get your name?
Yes, I'm Tina Allens. I found Mr. Shimada, and I called the police.
Approximately what time did you find the body?
I'd say a little after 11 o'clock. I'm supposed to close the prop room before the arena shuts down at midnight. I was coming down the stairs over there when I noticed the light over the ring was still on. I came over, and that's when I saw Mr. Shimada lying there like that. My God, it's just so awful. Oh, everybody really liked him, and that's saying a lot for a referee, right? I know everybody thought he was very fair, but honestly, no, I didn't know him personally. I'm sorry. I should have, but I wasn't really paying attention. But everybody was pissed. Wow. I mean, he like disqualified Hank Hackett. Just stopped the fight cold. Handed the title to Tiger. I think he was probably pretty lucky to get out of that ring alive. Well, I mean, sorry. That was a really poor choice of words. I would try the locker room. I know they were having a hell of a time locking up down there since all these reporters were still jammed in around Hank trying to talk to him about the match. Gosh, I bet it's an even bigger zoo now. Upper platform, up there. Like I said, I locked it up a couple of hours ago.
I'm sorry, but why do you need props for a fight?
Well, it's not just props. It's like these big cards that say, you know, like round 1, round 2. I'm the one that gets to strut around in the bikini holding up the signs between rounds, looking totally hot. Your basic sexy ring girl, right?
You must be very good at your job.
Sure, but that's just how I got my foot in the door. You know, Supreme Force Fighting plans to start a women's league. I've already started to train. And so by the time they pull all the sponsors together, I'll be ready to roll. I got my eyes on the prize. Champion of the world. Sounds pretty cool, right? No, I don't. Sorry. I put away the props up there, but the door locks automatically when I close it. Horace has the only key.
Who's Horace?
Horace Willingham. He owns the league. I called him and told him to come in right away, so he should be here soon. Sorry I couldn't be of more help to you. Good luck.
I'll arrange for Dr. Robbins to have the body picked up. He'll call us when he's completed the autopsy. Hank Hackett? We're from the Las Vegas Crime Lab. You mind if we ask you a few questions?
The League finally called 911? Because I was robbed. Son of a bitch, Shimada. I'm telling you, he is either totally freaking blind or taking some big money from somebody. You hear me? I do not cheat. And that guy calls a misconduct and disqualifies me? Yeah, it's crap. So you tell me what you need from me, and I'll help you nail Shimada and whoever else the bastard's in bed with.
Actually, Mr. Hackett, we're here to investigate Rick Shimada's murder.
Murder? What the hell are you talking about? Oh, no way. Wait a second. Am I being punked here? Because this is just too sick, man. Come on. This isn't real. This isn't real, is it? Jeez, I can't believe it. Well, I can't say he didn't have it coming. What? I'm just being honest here. Oh, great. Now you're gonna think that I did... Fan-freaking-tastic. Yeah, I get it. Innocent until proven guilty.
What did you do after the match?
I came right back here. What else could I do? I couldn't go home. I got reporters all over the place. They're barking at me. I thought I'd just hang out down here until everything started to chill. Yeah. Now, look. Let me clear up that particular scenario for you guys, because I know you got the wrong idea. So this is it. Climb into the ring, and I got my katana in my hand, okay? I wave it around, do a little show for the crowd, because, well, hey, that's what I do. Okay, so the fight starts, and I'm taking it to Tito. But, okay, there's this moment where Tito gets me against the corner. So I throw a roundhouse to his balls. Now, no ref has ever once had a problem with that move before, I'm telling you. But suddenly, last night, Shimada decides to call a technical and stops the fight. Well, say I lost my I was very angry. But come on, I had a reason. The guy stole my belt. Yeah, not a problem. Whatever you need, I'm here for you.
Hey, I've completed the autopsy. I'll give you the full report next time you happen to be in the morgue. It's good to see you again. Well, your victim was strangled, but the blood was actually the result of blunt force trauma to the neck and upper torso. Take a look here. This contusion and the partially occluded carotid are indicative of ligature strangulation. However, I suspect your victim was unconscious prior to asphyxiation. Notice these lacerations and bruises. I count 6 distinct injuries along the victim's neck, shoulders, and upper back, causing detachment of the trapezius and sternocleidomastoid muscles. There was some additional nerve damage, which I really think would have either put your victim in shock or knocked him out cold. Looks to me as if the perpetrator tried to break your victim's neck and then decided to shift to plan B.
The microphone cord.
And asphyxiation is your official COD. Lividity suggests 2 to 3 hours ago.
So that puts TOD at around 11 p.m., and the last fight ended an hour before that.
Yeah, I found traces of what looks like a white pasty substance smudged around a few of the blunt force injuries. You might want to take a sample with you. It's certainly quite possible that this pasty substance was transferred from the blunt force object used in the attack.
Weird, huh? Not a combination you find every day. Let's see what the almighty internet has to say about this. Okay, you ever heard of Uchigamori stones? Says here they're a type of slate which can be ground up with sodium bicarbonate to form a paste. And this paste is used in the ancient Japanese ritual of Hidori, the sacred art of polishing a katana. Introducing, in this corner, our first suspect, Hank Hackett.
Hold on a second. Let me get this straight. This ref has what kind of paste on him? Toothpaste?
It's a paste made from what are called Uchigamori stones and sodium bicarbonate, and it's used to polish samurai swords in an ancient Japanese ritual.
Okay, but according to the coroner's report, Shimada was beaten and strangled. He wasn't stabbed with a samurai sword.
No, he wasn't, but I'm thinking, what if the blade on the sword was dull, and the perp used it to beat Shimada? It'd practically be the same thing as working him over with a jagged metal pipe.
Maybe so, but until I see that katana, it's still not enough to go on.
Well, then let's hope it's still at the arena.
By the way, Horace Willingham, the league's owner, called a couple of minutes ago. He's waiting for you in his office.
Fellas, how's it going? What can I do for you? I never miss a fight if I can help it. About midnight, got a call from Tina Allens. She works for me. You talked to her yet?
Yeah, she sent us your way, actually.
Yeah, well, she called me, said she'd found Rick. I told her to hang tight, I'd get back as soon as I could. And here I am. Well, let me think on that for a second. I started this league about 4 years ago. I kind of poached Rick from another league, tell you the truth, and I'd say that wasn't more than 6 months after we got on our feet around here. Oh, hell no. I was a fighter. Oh yeah, 10 years. I was one tough son of a bitch, I kid you not. I'm like that fella Evel Knievel. I must have broken every bone in my body at one time or another. I'd still be doing it, too. Seriously. My former employers had to come to me on bended knee and beg me to retire. Offered me a pretty hefty severance package, truth be told. So, my last fight... Man, what a night. That was the night of March 12th, 1999. Rick was the referee. It's funny, it was my last night and his first. We became fast friends. And so, when I took that money they gave me to quit and then I decided to start this league, well hell, of course I was gonna bring my boy Rick over here with me. Hank and I go back about 2 years. Funny story, actually. I offered him a contract the very same night I witnessed the man take down 3 bouncers in a barroom brawl. Man, that boy can fight. Tough as nails. And no disrespect to anyone else on my roster, but Hank's the very best there is. First rule of Supreme Force fighting, you do not fight outside the ring. Second rule of Supreme Force fighting, you do not fight outside the ring. When I say we train them, what I really mean is we discipline them. Hone and polish their skills, try to instill a sense of honor in them. Excuse me for asking, but why are you asking all these questions about Hank? Is he a suspect or something?
Just being thorough.
Let me check here. Problem with taking one too many whacks to the head is that you kind of develop this nasty habit of putting stuff somewhere for safekeeping and then spending the next hour trying to remember where you put the damn thing. Okay, good. Here it is. I guess my mind isn't as dull as I thought.
Does anyone else have a copy of this key?
No. Just me. Hey, I don't mean to step out of line here or nothing, but I gotta ask a favor of you. Is there any way to keep this thing kinda quiet? I mean, do you think we can keep this out of the press for a little while? It's just that I've lost a couple of things in my life that were pretty dear to me. My first wife, Grace, I lost to cancer. God rest her soul. And then, well, I lost my ability to fight. And now, the thought of losing this league because of all of this, well, it's just a little more than I can truly bear.
Mr. Willingham, it's department policy not to discuss ongoing investigations.
All right, good. We got an image to maintain.
Nice find. A beautiful copy of Willingham's fingerprint. You are good. He works. Let's head upstairs. Pretty nice setup here. Looks like it's capable of recording whatever's happening in the fighting ring from 1, 2, 5 different angles. That VCR isn't connected to the mixing board. Looks like it's wired directly to the security camera. Video cassette. Remember when I said this was a pretty nice setup? I take it back. This must be the prop closet. Well, there's only one prop we need. Whoa. Just came apart in your hands. I'm gonna guess it didn't do that during the show last night. It looks as though there was a piece of wood that held the blade in. Somehow it broke. I wouldn't worry about cutting yourself. Blade's too dull. Well, what do you know? Initials HH. Well, it doesn't quite spell it out for us, but I think it's a pretty good bet this sword belongs to Hank Hackett. Unless Hugh Hefner is even better with the sword than we realized. See that? It's some kind of oily residue, and it's all over the blade. And we have blood on the blade of the sword. I wonder whose it is. Tina left her lipstick. A minor tragedy for those of us who appreciate artificially colored lips. It's a two-way street. The lipstick goes on her lips, and her DNA goes on the lipstick. Now we've got Tina's prints for our file.
Should be back in the prop closet. That's where we usually keep it. Why?
I'm surprised you'd leave your sword behind.
What, that? You kidding me? It's a fake. It's a prop. It's not a real katana. I have a real katana. It's from Japan. It's the real deal, all right. Cost me something like 25 grand. I had to snipe it 10 seconds before the auction closed. But it's worth every damn dime. No joke. Yeah, like I'm gonna teach myself Hidori, and then risk tarnishing my ancient samurai sword that cost me more than my car. That ain't gonna happen. I made sure I got the texture of the paste just right every time. I could never really sharpen the damn thing, though, because then I wouldn't be allowed anywhere near the ring with it. I mean, it makes perfect sense. Yeah, not a problem. Whatever you need, I'm here for you.
Tape ran out just when it was getting good. I guess the tape cuts off for every camera when the main recording is stopped. Well, one thing's for sure, Hank lied to us. He did have a few words with Shimada after the fight, a few pretty angry words it looked like. Dimethoxymethane. I've actually seen it before. It's an acid-base hydrocarbon, pretty common in metal cleaners. Perfect for removing fingerprints and other trace evidence from a metal surface. The hair from the microphone cord didn't match Shimada, probably meaning it came from our killer. We should be sure to return it. No match. That's not Tina's hair on the microphone cord. Got it. Blood on the sword is a match to Rick Shimada. Probably broke during the attack, then the killer used the microphone cord to finish the job.
What do you need? I'm gonna need to see some evidence before I go to a judge. Tape cuts off just in the nick of time. So was Rosemary Woods running the camera or something? Never mind. Are you sure this tape wasn't manipulated in some way?
No, it's totally clean. I had Archie double-check our work.
So Hackett lied about confronting Shimada after the fight. And the tape's time code confirms that their confrontation took place suspiciously close to Shimada's time of death. I think that's enough to invite Mr. Hackett down here for a little sit-down.
Hank, we have video of you arguing with Shimada in the ring after the fight.
Okay. Look, I can explain this.
Well, that's good. Because right now, I think you're full of crap.
I had to set the record straight with him, okay? My whole damn reputation was at stake here. I didn't cheat! Now, after he DQ'd me, I went back to the locker room just like I told you before. I had to cool down. Otherwise, I might have killed the guy. But I didn't do anything to him. You get that straight through your head right this second, okay? What I did was, I went back into the arena and he was still there, okay? And I just tried to explain to him, as calm as I could, exactly what I had done and what I sincerely believed that he had totally screwed the pooch on that call.
You didn't seem too calm in the video.
Look, Shimada's the one who decides to get back into the ring and show me what I had really done. And I told him he was just plain totally blind, because what he was showing me wasn't what I had done. Nah, not at all. Then, you know, I may have said something or other about his mother, and whether or not she could be fully trusted to know the true identity of his father. And then I might have shoved him. It doesn't matter, because I realized he wasn't going to change his mind, so I left. I didn't kill him. I swear it.
I still think you're hiding something.
No. It gets put under lock and key right after the fight. There's no way that katana killed anyone.
Hank, can you explain to us why we found Shimada's blood on your katana?
What? No, that's not possible! I'm telling you, Tina locked that thing up in the prop closet right after the fight. I know that room was locked when I left, and I don't have the key!
What aren't you telling us?
Damn it! This ain't right! It ain't! I'm a good fighter! I don't deserve this!
The only way we can help you, Hank, is if you talk to us. You have to talk to us.
It's all a fix, alright? The whole thing, every single one of my fights. Just like wrestling. Horace would pay the refs to make sure I came out on top. That's why I was so surprised when Shimada kicked me out tonight. Oh, I really should have seen it coming, though. Shimada was old school, you know? And this was his first fight with me. He wasn't about to take a bribe, not even from Horace and his buddies.
So if Shimada exposed the truth, that would be the end of your career, right? You weren't gonna let that happen.
Look, did I want to end the guy? You bet your ass I did. But for the first time in my life, I decided to take Horace's advice to me. And I walked away, okay? I figured Shimada was gonna do whatever he was gonna do. It was out of my hands. I went back to my locker, made a call to a buddy of mine doing time in Maui. You don't believe me? You're welcome to check my damn cell phone.
If the call was made to a correctional facility, I should be able to get a tape of the conversation. But you still could have called him from the arena.
Yeah, no way, man. You can never get a signal in that damn arena. Check it out for yourself.
All right, Mr. Hackett, wait here. It should be a simple matter to check the phone reception in the arena, and if your story checks out, you'll be in good shape.
Well, get ready to come crawling back, 'cause I'm innocent.
Hackett was right. There isn't any reception in here at all. Let's check in with Brass, see if he has those phone records.
Yeah? Yeah, the prison emailed me their recording of the call. I gave it a listen, and it was definitely Hackett on the phone. Wouldn't shut up, actually.
Well, we checked the phone reception at the arena, and there's no way he could have made that call from the ring. I guess that means we're gonna have to let Hank go. Would you care to do the honors?
That's it?
That's it. For the moment.
What do you mean, for the moment? You said if I told you the truth, you'd help me out. What the hell does for the moment mean, huh?
Settle down, Mr. Hackett.
Don't you dare treat me like I'm a child, you hear me? And don't you dare eyeball me like that! I will not hesitate!
Mr. Hackett, I strongly suggest that you choose your next few words very carefully. Whether or not you walk out that door a free man depends on it.
Hey guys, did you hear we had to let our primary suspect walk?
Hackett? Didn't his katana have the victim's blood on it?
It did, but he couldn't have been in the ring at the time of the murder.
Did someone else have access to the katana?
The ring girl locked the katana in the prop room after the fight, but her DNA didn't match the hair found on the murder weapon.
Who has the key to the prop room?
Apparently, the league owner has the only one, and according to Hackett, he was fixing fights, but our dead ref wasn't cooperating.
If the referee was killed to keep him quiet, then we better warn Hackett. He could be in danger as well.
Too late now. Hank Hackett is dead.
Were there any witnesses?
None. Dispatch received an anonymous tip. Looks like steroids. Can't say I'm surprised the way he stormed out of the interrogation room.
Might be a suicide, might not. If not, then someone's committing murders faster than we can solve them.
Better get moving then.
Weird how that syringe is just hanging there like that. Something tells me that's not vitamin B12. Print's probably Hackett's, but we'll put it in APHIS and see if we get lucky. I'll arrange for Dr. Robbins to have the body picked up.
I can't say for sure, but what I can say is this. You see how pale the skin surrounding the needle is? His heart had already stopped pumping blood. This syringe was injected post-mortem. However, I did find a couple of wounds which suggest earlier injections. Cardiac arrest, brought on by toxic exposure to dimethoxymethane, probably injected. I've only run a preliminary tox screen, but I'm sure the full tox panel will bear out the results.
Killed by dimethoxymethane. That's the same stuff used to wipe down his katana. There's gotta be a connection.
Nope, I've found no defensive wounds. I placed the syringe on the tray there, if you'd like to take a closer look.
We're racking up murder weapons at an alarming rate. Another hair. Could be a strange coincidence, or we could have a killer who's shedding. (17-hydroxyprogesterone). Looks like our man Hackett was on the juice. Dimethoxymethane. That's the metal cleaner that was found in Hackett's system, all right. Dimethoxymethane. That's the metal cleaner that was found in Hackett's system, all right. It's a match. The same person was involved in both crimes. Only question is, which person? So Willingham had his hands on Hackett's vials. Oh, Horace, how could you?
Hey, do you have enough evidence?
Willingham may be giving his fighters a little too much help. We need to learn more about his operation.
Okay, you got it, but remember, this is not a fishing expedition. The search warrant's very specific. You're looking for items that will directly link Willingham to one or both of the murders.
Fellas, how's it going? What can I do for you?
We have a warrant to search these premises.
A warrant? Is that right? Jeez, it's really coming down to this now, isn't it?
Mr. Willingham, your fingerprints were found on a vial of steroids at the scene of Hank Hackett's murder.
You'll excuse me while I go talk to my lawyer.
You have to knock out a whole lot of guys to get this many trophies. A leather desk. Classy. Wow, I'd say there's about $5,000 here. With a note that reads, "Thanks but no thanks, initials RS." Oh, looks like Rick Shimada might have wanted to refuse a gratuity. What's in this exactly? I'm not sure, but hey, that's why they invented the lab.
Hi, we haven't met yet. I'm Riley Adams. I know I'm making a heck of a first impression here, but I'm stumped. I have the strangest chemical sample, a spot of brown sludge from the floor of our crime scene. I can't figure out what it is. Maybe you can take a look. Crude oil, seawater, seagull guano, and chewing tobacco. Nick did say one of our suspects had been a longshoreman. Thanks, you've been a huge help. Oh, and nice to meet you.
The very same metal cleaner that was used earlier. This is not gonna look good on Willingham's permanent record.
Yeah? I'll see what I can do. Show me the evidence. All right, let's see what Mr. Willingham has to say for himself now. Well, Horace, care to explain why you have the same metal cleaner used to kill...
You know what? Save your breath. I'm ready to talk. So here it is. After the fight, I overheard Hank arguing with Rick. And then Rick said he'd go to the press, tell everybody about how it was all a fake, how it was all one big ripoff. Truth was, I was juicing that night too. You believe it? Old habits dying hard and all that? Suppose it was the roid rage that got the better of me. After Hank left, I grabbed that sword and snuck down into the ring. I didn't cut him. I just beat him to hell with it. But the stupid thing broke in two, so I grabbed the microphone cord and strangled him with it. And then Hank gets blamed for the whole thing. I knew he couldn't keep his damn mouth shut, so I did what I had to do. I tell you, it was pretty easy, too. Hank hated needles, so I was the one who usually gave him his medicine. I filled his syringe with that metal cleaner, and then gave Hank his last injection. I deeply believe I have a moral obligation to fulfill here. A moral obligation to the truth. And to certain people, the League, I don't want to hurt them any longer. It was me, and me alone. I take full responsibility. I, Horace Willingham, killed them both.
All right, Brass got us Willingham's DNA when he confessed, so let's take a look here. I knew it! Willingham's DNA doesn't match the hair at the crime scene. I had a feeling that confession was too easy. There must be someone else involved.
I'll tell Brass not to take Willingham away just yet. His briefcase was already checked in as evidence, so take a look inside and see if you can find anything.
check this out. Supreme Force Fighting's request for a $50,000 loan to expand into a women's league was just turned down. Oh, and look at the co-signer on the loan, Tina Allens. Funny, she never mentioned she was a part owner. It's a bet for $10,000 on Hackett to lose last night's fight. He was a heavy favorite, so this slip is worth 50 grand, except the bet wasn't made by Willingham. It was made by Tina Allens. Now, why would she trust him with this? And how'd she know Hackett would lose?
Hey, Willingham already confessed. You guys find something new? That is interesting, but not illegal in and of itself. See what else you can dig up. What do you need? Tina. You can't bet on fighters in your own league. This is enough to bring her in, but we still have to find out if she's involved with the killings.
Ms. Allens, as you may know, Horace Willingham confessed to the murders of Rick Shimada and Hank Hackett. But we have reason to believe that you may know more about this than you're letting on.
I know exactly as much as I'm letting on. Namely, nothing at all. If he confessed, then he must have done it. What? I look good in a bikini, so I can't possibly own a business? I know just as much about the league as anyone, if not more. Why shouldn't I be a co-owner? That's right. About time, too. A woman can do anything a man can do.
Anything?
Look, this is Vegas. If you call someone in for questioning every time they make a bet, then I can understand why we've got so many unsolved murders in this city.
All right, and what were you planning to do with your winnings? Start that women's league?
What if I was? Everybody's gotta lose someday.
Hackett sure lost today, all right.
Look, there's a reason they call it gambling. I just made a lucky guess.
I picked up Miss Allen's personal effects when we booked her.
Some odd kind of prescription medication. No label, but it does have an ID number. We could look this up in the medical database, but we'd need a warrant to access her medical records first. I wonder what this could be a key for. Wonder if Tina's key fits this lock. Like a charm. What is that? Prednisolone, an immunosuppressant. Why would she need that? Well, we could always ask her. Nothing there. Those are keys to the same lock.
That's just something I take for my acne. What do you care?
Acne, huh? I don't think prednisolone is used for that. Lucky for us, we've got a doctor in the morgue who can tell us whether you're lying.
Prednisolone? No, that would be a very bad idea. Whoever told you that is either very misinformed themselves or willfully misinforming you.
I think Brass will want to hear this. He loves it when people willfully misinform.
Always a pleasure. Let me know how it all turns out.
Hey, I still haven't seen any evidence that Tina could have committed either murder. Have you found something implicating her? She was lying about this. What else is she lying about? Go ahead and look up those medical records.
Let's see here. Apparently, Tina had an artificially high androgen level, which caused severe premature hair loss. The prednisolone was prescribed as an immunosuppressant for an experimental hair transplant procedure. But get this, they couldn't find a suitable spot on her scalp to get the hair follicles, so they transplanted follicles from another person entirely. Which means the DNA in her hair doesn't match the rest of her DNA. We've been comparing the hair at the crime scene to the wrong DNA all along.
I already gave you a DNA sample.
Yes, but it's not your DNA we want. Finally, it was Tina all along. Let's give her the good news. Finally, it was Tina all along. Let's give her the good news.
I just made a lucky guess. If there was any fight fixing going on, I certainly never heard about it.
Sure.
I have no idea what
Besides,
Horace
by the
was up
time
to.
Shimada
was killed, the prop closet was locked, and I had no way to get in there. All right, yes, I had my own copy of the key. I am a co-owner after all. But just because I had a key doesn't mean I used it. He did. I hate to see Horace go to prison, but this mess is his own fault. No, I never came near Shimada or Hackett.
You were at the scene of both crimes. William copped to it. But it was you who overheard Shimada say he was going to the press. You who grabbed the katana and attacked him with it. And you who strangled him with the microphone cord when the katana broke. And then it was you who injected Hackett with a toxic chemical to keep him quiet. All because you wanted that woman's league no matter what the cost. Of course we have Willingham's confession. He'll probably just get life in prison. But then again, he might get his own lethal injection.
He did all that for you. You're not just business partners. He must really love you. Are you gonna let him fall on his sword like that?
You were pulling the strings the whole time, weren't you? I bet you even coached Willingham on his confession.
Are you really that good?
It was me and me alone. I take full responsibility. I, Tina Allens, killed them both.
Hey, great working with you on this case. Can you believe it? 2 murders, 2 confessions, 1 killer. I could say they'll get easier, but I'd be lying.
Good job, you two. Case closed with minimal overtime. Just the way the taxpayers like it. Now go home and get some rest. You've earned it.